Welcome back to the realm between space and time in a very affirmated quadrant of the internet called the Captain's Quadrant. I'm your Captain Joe Dove, and with me is the newly promoted Lieutenant Jason. How are you,
How
sir?
are you? Good, thank you.
And Jason, you're all the way from Australia. It's always wonderful to hear and have you in the Captain's Quadrant with me as we voyage into strange new worlds. Get it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we may be thousands of miles apart, but we're still one in the scheme of the galaxy. We're just still on that tiny little planet.
That little blue speck.
That's
And
right.
we are so excited because they just released a full trailer of Strange New Worlds, the new Star Trek show that's going to be coming out this May, right after Picard wraps up. So we're going to be diving right into this as soon as Picard wraps up. We're off beaming up into the Enterprise to go back to the original with the bubble in the cells on the original Enterprise. I'm so
Can't
excited.
wait.
So excited. So let's watch the trailer and have a few words.
Fantastic. Here we go.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. This is your captain? Our mission. To chart the stars. Push the boundaries of what is known. And what is possible.
I'm standing on the surface of a comet.
I love this job.
These people, this crew, I believe we can do anything.
You wanted to seek out new life. Go where the aliens are.
Your presence is blasphemy.
Let's talk about this. Find some
I think that went well.
Perhaps we should kiss.
That seems logical.
Maybe we don't touch anything else. Just a suggestion.
The whole future hangs in the balance.
No one can know the future. One can only follow one's instincts.
You're the best of Starfleet. Our ability to work together, that's our greatest strength. Let's show them what you got.
Holy
Wow.
moly there, Captain. What a great
Unbelievable.
trailer.
If that doesn't hype you up, nothing will.
Oh,
We
you
need
know what I
to
loved about that?
get a
It's a company-
tricorder and check your pulse.
Yeah, that's it. You know what absolutely sold me on that trailer? Oh, one tiny little bit
What?
where he turns around to number one and goes, I love this job.
Yeah.
That says so much. That informs us so much of what the character of Captain Pike will be. Excuse me. And I love the guy who they cast as young Spock. He looks,
Yeah, he looks a little bit more
Great.
like Leonard Nimoy than
yeah, he does. And
Zachary
he's,
Quinto.
you
yeah.
know, and I feel like he's taking on more of that original Spock character, where I felt the Kelvin timeline ones is a bit more of a emotionally conflicted Spock. So I'm loving the looks gorgeous too, doesn't it, Joe?
Yeah, it looks the quality that we're getting, and they did a really good job, which I appreciate. Is they blended the original series design costumes. They have the gold on the long sleeve shirts. They have the short skirts. They have some folks in the pants, which was a nice touch. So they did a lot of really good design on this. So it looks futuristic enough, but not so that it's so far removed from the Kirk timeline that we know from the original series, or TOS. as they like to call it.
I think you're on point there, because what a difficult job that must have been to make sure you remind everybody of the original series, but then move it forward to current technology and stylization and things like that. But oh wow, I'm almost tingling at seeing that trailer, so because I just think it looks just absolutely phenomenal. I think they've got the right tone there.
Yeah.
And as you know, Joe, you know my complaints about modern Star Trek. Looks like they're being solved in this series because it's going to be episodic shows. So, you know,
we're going to get a beginning, middle, and end in 40
minutes.
to
each episode. So, look, I mean, I was sold beforehand anyway, but this trailer, I mean, number one, just as a trailers go, well-made trailer, absolutely. And the job of the trailer is to get you to watch the show. Big green tick from me because, like, my excitement was there before, but now it's literally hitting the stratosphere.
Elevated. It's elevated, right?
Yeah, just absolutely amazing. I don't know what more to say.
Well, I've got a little bit of future speculations for the
show. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we well, you know, we can show future
speculations
on this trailer on this show.
Yes. I noticed. So I've been reading a lot about this, and I've been hearing the rumor that they might go back to the original Klingon makeup. But in the trailer, I saw some woman holding her arm up. I'm not sure if that's a Vulcan or if that's a Klingon, and they're just not revealing it. Because at the time of Pike, we knew we were the Klingons, but we really didn't have too much interaction with them. So it's going to be super exciting to see where that plays out and then who that is exactly. Because they're going to be discovering a whole bunch of different species that we've never seen before.
And I think that's really exciting too, rather than leaning back on species we already know. Do you know when this is set within Captain Pike's captainship of that? Because he did it for 9 years, correct?
Correct. He was the longest.
So is this the first year? Is this the third year in his journey?
I would say
I get the feeling it's the first.
No, I think it's further in. It's further in.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the reason why I think that is because there's a trailer about just Captain Pike, and he has this grizzled beard, and his hair is a little bit messy, and it looks like you see a battered starship in the distance. So I think that this is something where he's back and he's cleaned up and he's continuing with the mission. So I'm super excited for it. And I've got a question for you. What do you think of the enemy ship designs? You saw that one ship where he's like, your presence here is blasphemy. And it just kind of looks like a pencil with like some rings around it.
Yeah. I suppose I have to have another look at it. It didn't wow me, but it didn't disappoint me either. I think I'm usually fairly open to the concept of different species ships because I have very strong opinions on the Federation and Starfleet ships, but we'll have to kind of see it in more context. I did say in that scene though, like the Enterprise looked this tiny thing compared to
that ship. Yeah, it almost looks like a colony, maybe, you know.
Could be a starbase, you know, some species starbase. You don't really know.
That happens to be like a weapon ready. Like Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, I do hope you're right. Going back to the Klingon thing, I do hope they go back to the original design. I personally not a big fan of the redesign they did in Discovery season 1.
Neither am I. Yeah, they look too tilling and almost.
But
like
I would love them. I would love them to keep it like the OG series, and then at some point we see why they physically change shape because of that great Deep Space Nine episode. Where they go back and it's brought up and Worf goes, we don't talk about that.
Right.
Like there was something that happened to make them change as such.
Right,
I'd love it if they addressed that.
I mean, they did address it in Enterprise. I'm not sure if you watched that.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. And what did that? I can't remember that. I mean, I've seen most of those episodes.
Oh,
what did they say?
Eugenics. It was a eugenics piece. They gave them an enhanced thing and it like melted away the ridges on their heads. So,
oh wow, I did not know that. There you go. I've learned something new today. Fantastic.
There you go. Yeah, no worries. And but what I would love is to see some type of the back and forth between the Klingons and the Romulans because they've had bad blood for eons. So that would be an interesting point to touch. I would also love to see, you know, I'm speculating big time here.
Yeah.
But there was also a scene where Pike sees in a reflection of possible future for himself. I would love to see, you know, love to know where they go with this. Are they going to lead into, because we already know from the news, Star Trek news, is Captain Kirk's going to be on season 2.
Yeah.
So is Pike just in one and done for this?
I hope not.
And then this is actually the last year, year 8 into 9.
I think they need to play out this whole series with Pike to the point we see him in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
To throw back to where Captain Pike becomes that just shell of a man in the, what's the name of that episode from the original series?
Oh,
But you know the one I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Where Captain Pike eventually ends up a mute in a wheelchair. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, it would be great if they're really going to, and I reckon they will do that. But do you think eventually Star Trek New Worlds kind of organically morphs into a brand new Star Trek series with Kirk, Spock, all that type of thing? Do you think that's where they're leading with this?
I think so. I think they're going to do, because I think ultimately, like I said, future speculation, I think ultimately the new and 4th Star Trek film is going to close the Kelvin timeline.
Right.
And this is going to ultimately restore the Prime timeline, and we're going to get an opportunity to relive and re-envision the 5-year mission that was never actually 5 years. It was only 3 years.
This was only 3 years. Yeah, absolutely.
So we have an opportunity.
Yes. And if they do that, do you think there's an opportunity to go back and redo some of the OG episodes? Like redo them, re-envision them?
I hope so, but like I would love to see Doomsday Device be redone.
Yes.
At least stay seat alone. We've already got that done. Let's
I think that's pretty well, because then you've got to recast Ricardo Montalban, and like he is just the perfect kind of Khan. So I think you should. But how about this? What if they start making some of those animated episodes and making them live action?
That would be cool.
I would be down for that, because
me too. That would be very cool.
Because if you remember, it was all the original writers and all the voiceover. They were all involved in that animated series back in the early 70s. So, maybe there's an opportunity there. Yeah. All I can say, mate, is this is all positive stuff. Bring on May 5th, is it?
May 5th.
Which is, mate,
not far.
3-4 weeks away.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the episode was a 2-part story where they established Pike, and that was the Meningier.
Oh, the merengue, it's pronounced a certain way, but amazing episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Amazing episode.
So. And that's something that they could touch on. If they're going into Kirk, we can get that whole story fleshed out a little bit more in the modern time.
Absolutely. So I mean, there's so much goodness to be had moving forward. Bring it on now.
I can't wait. What do you think about the design of the ship?
Of the Enterprise?
Yeah, of the Enterprise.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. They've made those minor adjustments. They brought it more into a modern thing by keeping the core elements of the original Enterprise intact. So I'm okay with that. I'm more like this design than I do the Kelvin timeline design, to be honest with you.
I felt the Kelvin one was too bulbous. Yes,
me too. This me, like, I'd have to look at a comparison side by side, but it feels very true to the original series with some slight design changes, of course. But looks absolutely looks fantastic. I even love the shot at the beginning of the trailer where you just see it sitting in the atmosphere.
Right.
And I'm
yeah.
Yeah, that's just so cool, because we obviously, because of budgetary reasons and technology at the time, didn't really get to see that in the Star Trek original series. So it's
true.
And then when they did it, the Kelvin timelines, they had to have it crashing into San Francisco, which was like
it was always getting blown up. Every movie gets blown up.
Yeah. But even beyond, but I do love that scene, the swarm.
The swarm was really cool when Kirk looks back and goes, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. But that's all I got to say on this trailer. All I want to know is I want to get in the time machine and go forward about 4 weeks so I can start watching.
So I can start watching. Yeah, exactly. I think this is going to be exciting. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video. And if you're listening to the podcast, because this is going to be there too, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, give us 5 stars, and share this with your friends and families and other intergender species. because everyone deserves to hear the wonders that are coming in the new Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And we're going to be there, Captain and Lieutenant at the ready for every episode to deep dive in. And we cannot wait. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for downloading Captain's Quadrant on Spectrum Sanctorum. And this was the trailer review of Strange New Worlds.